Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 182. What? We're going to talk about what is the reason we got into gaming. Got Hexy with us. Have not heard from McMurray yet today, but Reese will be here later. There's some other invites out there as well. But Mr. Hex has joined us. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good, Chris. How about yourself?
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Getting some ships printed. Gonna get them. Got to go down to St. Louis and hit the game store to pick up some paints.
Right.
And 'cause I got a lot to get done in basically 2.5 weeks.
I hear you.
So, luckily, the Japanese ships are going to be easy. Once they're printed and primed, that's pretty much done. But then American ships, luckily, they're either measure 12 or measure 21, which is measure 21 is the all dark navy blue on the vertical and deck blue on the horizontals.
Right.
And then measure 12 is it's the navy blue up to the lowest point of the main deck, and then a lighter blue gray on all the top works. So shouldn't be real
Right.
difficult to get done. It's just a matter of getting the right paints, which I'm going to be doing on this weekend. So
Sure.
um, there is still uh, over at Wiley Games Fistful of Lead uh, PDF discount is going on until I think this weekend,
Right.
if I remember correctly. I could be
Y'all, I
mistaken.
hear Brian and them raving about him putting everything in one book or something like that.
I don't know. All I know is um, the core rules are available, and Jay will say it himself. That's really all you need if you want to have the stuff that he has come up with. Go ahead and
Right.
buy the different specific things. I think they're looking at the new the new book is coming out here in the couple of weeks or months for not steampunk but Victorian sci-fi.
Gotcha.
So that might be part of what they're talking about. Maybe I'm not sure, but
Uh-oh. Big day tomorrow. That must mean he's playing AMFS. Yeah, Nord, thank you. I am, buddy. No, I don't know what the hell that was that came over me that night. And I woke up the next morning. I was good. Went and played golf. Came back, and that evening it got me again. And took me a couple of days to shake whatever the hell it was off. So
I'm glad you're better.
thank you.
Charles is not feeling well tonight, though. He says,
Oh,
"I'm not
really?
feeling well. Feeling a lot like garbage. Thank you, granddaughters and daughter, for getting me sick. I don't have anything to really fight my symptoms. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Do your best. Feel better. Get some rest." Richard Keenan's in the house. He says, "I early voted this morning, had Chinese for lunch, and get to listen to the Chronicles of Night Jay tonight.
Good
That's what I
job.
call winning." Yes, you are winning, sir. Yes, you are. Let's see. Niguea's got a thumbs up. How you doing, Chris? Glad you could make it. Telemachus, greetings, Morlocks. How is your Soylent? Um, Niguea says a bit on the brown side. I so prefer the green. Groovy green, Telemachus responds. Niguea says, make room, make room. is one downer of a book, but darn good movie was excellent too. So let's see here. Okay. No McMurray tonight. He's working tonight. Boo, boo. Telemachus has a barbershop poll for some reason. God, maybe he's saying he needs a haircut. His cat, how you doing, buddy?
Yes, what's up, buddy?
Let me check something here real quickly.
Four. 3 to 4.
Okay. We also got Chris Long, eh? Hey, all. How you doing, sir? Thank you for dropping in, Chris Long. He says, Hexy, big day tomorrow.
I saw that. He's going to back it. I'm hoping I get a free one.
Nordic says, hello, all you fine chaps. How goes it? It goes well. Hexy, you feeling any better? And you've already answered that.
Yep.
Glad you're playing later. He asks, are you playing the Baptism of Fire?
I am.
Okay, cool.
And I've just rolled a very bad result.
So what is that game? What is Baptism of Fire?
BCS, Battalion Combat System, and I'm playing Kazarine.
Where the Americans pretty much get rolled over.
Yeah, that is after that is when they brought Patton in, right?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the desert. I just know that the Italians were successful, then the Italians failed. Then Rommel showed up, he was successful, then he failed because they didn't give him any reinforcements or support. So that's all I know about it.
There you go.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Yeah, he says no, but backing Chickamauga so close.
Right.
Chris, I ordered an item from Amazon that came today. I got myself a Yakto Sun LED visor for miniature painting, model building, and seeing small hex numbers. It works extremely well. Oh, outstanding. McMurray says, look at you fine gents. Sorry to miss you. Yeah, we're sorry you're not here either, buddy. And also sorry that you're not going to make it out to Tacticon. That's coming up really damn quick. It's 3 Saturdays from now. 3 Saturdays
Tacticon?
from what now? Yeah, Tacticon in Kansas City. Charles says not well, meaning he's not doing well. With somebody asked earlier. Nordic says, I thought I had a good vision on the miniatures with my reading glasses, but I looked through the visor lens and man, was I wrong. I could see all the tiny details, no problem. You know what? I need to get a set. I need to get one of those magnifying visors, I think. Work, what's that? I will remember on November 4th when I go back. Man, you're out for a while. Warmutt says, hello, everyone. Hopefully Mutt might join us. He's got the link. He might join us. Just remember to not cross the streams, Hexy.
Do not cross the streams. Well, fortunately in this game here, there's a lot of buddy units. And the only one right now, First Armored, I don't have to worry about them crossing, but I do have 2 that are, and that's the First Guards and the 34th Infantry Division. Other than that, we're good. We're golden.
Is that the U.S. 34th ID?
It is.
Red Bull.
Uh-oh, shit, the Caps been giving up 2 goals.
Uh-oh.
They were 4-0, now it's 4-2. Then I got lazy. Right, you can't go attack that fire. And what are you doing?
Well, I can't remember if I showed off my dwarves. I don't think I was done with my dwarves last week. So here are my dwarves. for my for my there we go. Come on, focus. There we go. For my War Master army. I think they
All
turned
right.
out pretty good. And this week, that was what I had to get painted last week. This week, I am painting painting my crossbowmen.
Nice.
Let me see if I can get better light here. Hold on. I really need to clean my desk. Here we go. Here's my crossbowmen. I've got half of them done. I've got one full stand and half of another stand done. I'll get the other 3 stands finished up by the end of this week, because then I've got a whole new set of 3 stands to complete next week.
Right.
And then I'm also working on my ships. Got North Carolina here mounted. She's ready to get
Sweet.
painted up, along with a Cleveland class light cruiser.
And okay, now what are you fixing to put on? What battle?
So I'm doing a what if scenario of
Right.
I'm taking all of the ships that took part in both of the naval battles of Guadalcanal. There's a total of 4 that happened in Iron Bottom Sound. These are the
Right.
last 2, and they are the ones that are actually called the naval battles of Guadalcanal, which occurred in November of 1942.
Okay.
And the first night, our destroyers and cruisers got the crap kicked out of them, and then the second night, our battleships came in and wrecked house. So, and we got Mr. Hiss online here. Thank you for joining, buddy.
Hey, boss. Thanks for the
Hey,
invite.
what's up, brother?
Just busy, my friend.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm kicking. Nothing
Here.
fancy.
You've been stroking the ball pretty well.
Yes, I have. Outside the house and in the house.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I wasn't going there.
I did for you. Don't worry.
I just want to know how well you do with the windmill hole, because I always struggle with that, man.
Well, they took our only putt-putt golf course that had a windmill hole down around. They turned it into a private country club now.
Do they only let the Dutch in?
That's pretty much.
I'm just giving them crap.
Let's see. So yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot on my plate. Like I said, I'm working on my goal is to have complete a 3-stand unit each week until I've got all 1,000 points of my Dogs of War army complete and ready to play. And that goal is to be finished by CJ3, which is the weekend of MLK Day. So I've got the last week of October, the 4 weeks of November, and the 4 weeks of December. And then the first week of January. So
Right.
I basically have 12 weeks. I think it's 11 stands or 11 units.
Damn.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completed.
But you've been making good progress, though, boss.
Yeah. Well, when I say units, I think it's also including like my heroes here. Felix and Gotrek.
Okay.
I think they turned out pretty good. And then, of course, my general. I think he turned out
I
really
think that's
good.
my favorite mini of the Dogs of War.
Yeah. And then I am cheating a little bit because I'm going to continue to use the elf sorceress that my brother painted for me
How's that cheating?
because I'm not painting it.
Oh,
So, but you were Hiss. Did you see my crossbowmen?
oh no, I haven't seen them yet. They look good. And those are 15 mil, right?
10.
10.
Yeah,
That's
They're
really
10 mil.
good for 10. Why did I think they were 15? I don't know.
I don't know. But so yeah, I've got that, and then I got the color schemes that I'm going to paint up my my 1970s era American fighters.
Your Yets?
Yeah, my Yets. Those are going to be painted up on the channel. So let's see.
Those aren't part of any game. That's just for fun, right?
Yeah, it's just for fun. I've got a couple of games that I could play them in. Well,
no, I mean, I know you could. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
nothing you've got planned, right?
no. I'm not painting them for any other reason than shit. A10s are cool. F15s are cool. You know.
18s are
Um,
cool.
Mutt says he might jump on here a little later. He's waiting for dinner. Of course, he's waiting for dinner.
He's
That
always
boy
eating.
always eats.
Right?
He is always eating, man.
He's still growing. So what do you? What can you
Yeah,
say?
well, out, not.
I
Uh,
didn't say that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me, Mutt.
Nord says I'm going to sell it on Consim and be done with it. Going to put either Napoleon in Spain or Napoleon against Russia from OSG instead.
Those are great series of games.
Then he also says, Chris, if you had a visor, you'd be able to see the tiny details on that sucker.
Yeah. Which visor did he get? That company makes a few. I was just looking at them on Amazon.
It's the $18 one he got.
Okay. Because I was thinking of getting one last week, and I'm just waiting for payday.
Yeah, Nord. In all seriousness, send me your mailing address and send me a list of about a dozen different ships, and I will print them and send them off to you. Tell me what scale you want them in. These
1
are
to
1/3000 scale, and these are 1/3000 scale, and I really like that. I really like the 1/3000 scale. I was going to do 1/4800th, but they're just a little too small. So there's North Carolina in 1/4800th scale. Here's the North Carolina in 1/3000. I think 1/3000 just is a little bit better look, size wise. But yeah, all seriousness, send it out to me.
No.
Walkabout Game says, Sissy in the house. Yes, he is. And Mutt says you still have no hair.
I don't. I shaved.
Uh,
He hasn't seen my back though. To be fair.
To be fair, Nagoya says the only golfing that I would do. He says I so love mini putt. Says I still think you guys should do a Zombicide scenario on a gold course.
Golf course.
Or a golf course. Yeah, golf course. And he thinks 10 millimeter is a fantastic scale. You know what? For this style of game, I have to agree because it looks so much better than 28s. Because in the same space you get two guys. You know, in the same space you get two dwarves, you get 10 dwarves. So I mean, it just looks like a unit. It doesn't look like a couple of guys out walking a flag.
You know, I printed those Napoleons I picked up at 18 mil. That was kind of cool looking, actually.
Yeah, 18 mil is not a bad one. There was a game out about 15 years ago. A Napoleonic game. I cannot remember it for the life of me. It was played a ton at Great Hall Games in Austin. May its carcass rest in peace. That they played that game, and that was in the 18 millimeter. And 18 millimeter is a pretty good scale. I like 18 millimeter.
That's the first time I'd actually seen any at that scale.
Yeah. Nord wants to know if you'd like the link to it on Facebook. If you send me the link, Nord, I will drop it in to the text here so everybody can share.
But yeah, you can drop it on Facebook for me as well.
Mutt says the small mass inside his stomach is benign. CT scan on Monday to make sure, but endoscopy once a year now. Sorry to hear that, man.
Jester.
Jest, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you. Glad you dropped in. All right, guys. Here is good Jesus.
Damn it.
Okay. Not what I wanted to do, but that works. Okay. Copy. Okay. This is gonna be wall o text, boys.
The wall of text. I need a potty. Sorry. Right back.
That's okay. Yeah, it's so long that it dropped into two different messages. I'll post it up in the Not J group on Facebook and I'm posting it now in the general tab of Discord. So there we go. Thanks for sharing that, Nord. Actually, it took 3 different messages in my on the YouTubes. So, yeah, Walkabout. Chris Long says those are the same glasses he uses, and they're awesome. Yeah, Nord. These are this is the scale that I'm using. It's 1 to 3,000. And I think it's a really good scale to work in, to be honest. It's not quite as big as 1/2400 scale, but it's also not so small that you're, not seeing what the ship actually is. Because, so, for instance, this is the destroyers I printed out in 1/4800 scale. Super tiny.
Those are destroyers? How many of those on a stick?
Well, I've got them. I had them set up to get just to name them, because I had to use the magnifier on my phone to get in close enough to see which they were. And there's 2, 4, 6, I have 7 of them on that stick, but this is the size of it in 1/3000 scale.
That's small, dude.
I'm going to change, go to my computer. I'll be right back.
Like you need me to tell you that.
So, Jester wants to know what you are painting, Mr. Hiss. Is that that dice tower? Yeah, it's a Godzilla dice tower. Now,
With
did you print that?
I did 4 bits, and I've got Zilla's logo on it. He doesn't know about it. It's a surprise for him for SD Histicon.
Unless he's watching.
Okay, well, if he does, he's going to see it before I give it to him. I'm going to finish the logo last bit, but yeah, it's a 3D printed dice tower.
And now, for personal use, if I'm just gaming, like if I'm gaming with McMurray, then I like the 1/4800th and even the 1/6000. Just because at 1/6000, the ship is to scale with the table. So at 1/3000, I'm scale compressed by 50%. So Jester says, make me one with a Jester, a cool evil dice tower with a Jester. I could even pay
Jester? You know what? I'll look if I can find one. If I can find you one, sir, I will make you one for $350.
That could be part of your big print, big paint series.
Yes, sir.
See, always thinking about the content.
I know, dude. You know what? That's why we're friends. That, and I don't have any other friends, so.
Well, I mean, because look at us, man.
Right?
Nord says, Hexy, your loyal viewers want to know which was more fun, stroking balls outside or stroking balls inside.
We're going to have to go. Well, let's see. Usually at the end of the year, I start to slump off.
Well, stroking balls outside makes you money.
Well, it could get you arrested, too.
I've made a nice penny this year, so I can't complain.
Got the penny.
Got the penny.
So right now I am printing. It should be done before the show is over. I've got 2 Congo class Japanese battleships, 2 Atago class cruisers, a Sendai. It's not a Tinyaru, it's another one, and then 2 American heavy cruisers. So fingers crossed they all come out, and I don't have to worry about it.
You know what I may have to try to do? If I can't find one for you, Jester, maybe I'll take like a 1/35 or a 28 mil or 54 mil Jester and just make it really big and then put a big hole in it. You could drop dice in it.
There you go.
It'd be unique. It'd be the only one. That could be a fun project.
That would be. Nagoya says, just about to pull the trigger on purchasing a PTZ camera that is on sale.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them at work.
Over my war table and go amazing. I don't know what a PTZ camera is.
It's a one you can control it, spin it, all that other stuff. It's like
cool.
Stuff you'd see in security places.
Oh, like a conference room.
Yeah, that qualifies. Yeah, we got them all over the county, and we always replace them. So we always have a room full of them.
There you go. No, Nord, this was not a world record for fastest derailing of the stream into the gutter. No, we had one.
You know what, Nord?
South fast.
Nord, you're going to need to take, I think, about a week away from streams and live chats and assess your perverted self-disciplines before you come back.
Oh, would you stop it?
No, he's in the middle of hockey season. He just gave him a 5-minute misconduct.
There you
10-minute
go.
major. Fuck that.
I wasn't going there.
That's a 10-minute major, buddy. Plus, he's from Pennsylvania. And, of course, as a Caps fan, we can't stand either of those two teams from Pennsylvania.
Right. The Penguins or the Flyers.
Or the Flyers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
No, one of the fastest derailments was actually on the old show on that other channel where we started talking about eating jelly donuts.
Oh, God. That was how many years ago?
That was about 4 years ago.
That was about just about when I came on or right before I came on.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it was definitely, whoo. But, you know, when you're talking donuts and you've got an expert in the field with McMurray, you're going to get told how to eat a jelly donut properly. Nord says, Hexy, did you know that Ovechkin is Russian for douchebag?
And
Wow.
here's my response. Oh, it won't let me post. And Crosby is Canuck for pansy ass shithead whiny bitch.
Exactly. Wow. I can't say much. I'm a Sharks fan, and I haven't been watching them for years. But
Speaking of different languages and words meaning something in English, back in 1988, the summer of 1988, my dad and I went with my scout troop, or a group of scouts from my scout troop, into Canada
Hey,
on a canoe trip. We figured out that portage is the French word for busting your ass with a canoe on your head.
God.
No. But the real topic for tonight is what? What got us into gaming? What is it that kicked us off into this weird, wild, crazy hobby? For me, and y'all have probably heard me talk a ton about my brother getting his Rogue Trader book and the RTB01 box of Marines, and then just a passel of metal pirates in blister packs. That is what put the boosters onto it. But what really got it started was the FASA Star Trek game. I've always been, for whatever reason, I've always had this love of the idea of naval games, and I love Star Trek. Yeah, I'm one of those weird ones. I like both Star Wars and Star Trek.
I think they call that bipolar.
Yes, I'm definitely bipolar. Anyway, or bisolar. Anyway, and I saw that FASA. It was the box game, and they had already put out the RPG at that point, and this was the game. It was actually designed to be a game as a kind of just a side gig for RPG players that wanted to, do Starship combat. What's that?
Space Adventures.
Yeah, and in fact, there was two ways to play the game. There was one way where you controlled the ship and all of its different areas, and then there was the other side, which is each of the players in the RPG group played a different location on the bridge. So
Okay.
you had a helmsman, you had a navigator slash weapons officer, you had so each player could have do their own thing. So you could stay in the RPG setting and have a combat game
Okay.
or a combat session with the ships. But we just played the Star Trek game, and it started off with a hex map and hexagonal counters, and all the ships on the hexagonal counters were done to hex scale. So the the Enterprise on the hex counter looked to be the same size as the Excelsior ship. So that looked the same size as the D7. That looked as the same size as the Romulan bird of prey. It wasn't until about 6 months later, 6 months to a year later, I found out that they were producing white lead metal miniatures for the game, and those were to scale to one another. Um, so yeah, that's initially what got me into the hobby, and then of course it just ramped up from there and went nuts.
Yeah.
To the point where my best friend and I, so this was back, I picked that game up in 85, 86 time frame, maybe 84. Jay got his uh, Rogue Trader stuff Christmas of 87. And then my best friend Chris Copeland and I sat down and started writing Ocean Thunder in 1991. So, yeah. Thanks, FASA. So yeah, I was like 14, 15 years old when I started down this road. I was never a board gamer. Um, for no other reason than it just wasn't. Except for the Star Trek game, but that quickly turned into a miniatures game for me. So, how about you, Hex? What about you? What got you into the hobby?
Always loved playing GI Joe when I was a kid. Any army thing we could play outside in the fields or the woods or whatever. BB guns, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, God, when did I see my first game? I think I saw some when we moved one time. Some of the guys that were my age in the neighborhood, they were just big nerds, played that stuff. Smart dudes though. And I saw them, one of them playing a Napoleonic game. And then I remember, I think it was on my birthday that year. Nah, it had to be before that because I remember it was one of my birthdays. My grandma gave me like $20 or something. And we went to the store in Falls Church, which is closed now, the Strategy Game or whatever it was. And I bought, was it called Grenadier, SPI Grenadier? I think it cost like $12. And then, just as time went on, and of course, once I realized, oh my God, look at all these American Civil War games. And I loved the American Civil War. So.
Well, I
And
mean,
then when I kind of quit playing and I lost track of a lot of my games, the ones I did manage to hang on to were mostly all the Civil War ones. Terrible Swift Sword, obviously. Never going to let that go.
right.
And then it's just been in my blood ever since. Took a lot of long breaks from it, but still, I love to play it. I played a turn, even with being sick. I stood over there and tried to play almost a complete turn every night. So, fortunately, with BCS, the turns, they don't, especially that one there, because there's not as many forces on the board, doesn't really take that long. And if you fail roll on something, you're not going to do anything anyhow. So. but I want to play all of them, all 4 of them that I have, and hopefully they pop their East Front one up on pre-order before too long.
Very cool. So if you, when you obviously you when you first started playing or got into the game, were you playing with other people around, or have you always been essentially a solo gamer?
The only 2 games I played with against somebody when I was a kid was the Avalon Hill Battle of the Bulge, which was my first win of a game against somebody ever. And then Terrible Swift Sword with a buddy of mine that had it. He had it on a piece of plywood. He'd slide underneath he had a big old bed. He'd slide underneath his bed. And then over the summertime, we'd pull it out, sit it up on the bed and play.
Oh, very cool.
And then other than that, I think I played when I was at the end of basic training in AIT at Fort Knox, when they finally gave us a weekend break. Went to the museum and bought the East Front quad game from SPI Army Group South. And we set up, me and a buddy named Petrovich, set up one on our footlock, on our stand inside of our wall lockers on the last weekend we were there, and we played. And then, to be honest with you, I don't think I ever played against anybody until within the last few years.
Okay.
Bunkhouse, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, Bunkhouse? Hey, Bunkhouse, are you going to make it out to Tacticon the weekend before Veterans Day? If so, that'd be great to see you.
Man, I went on call today. I started my on call for the week, and sure enough, my on call starts the first day of early voting.
Come on. Oh, girl.
Which means all week long, when I leave work for about 2 hours every night after I leave work, I sit here chewing my fingernails off, waiting for a phone call. Oh my God, our polling book went down. I'm just waiting for that one.
Joy. Hey, Reese. Hop on anytime, buddy. How about you, Hiss? What got you going in this business?
Oh man, it was a couple of things actually. I used to get every war comic I could find: Sergeant Rock, The Unknown Soldier. There were others. I would just read them. You know, my father was in the Navy, so I grew up a military brat, and did some plastic models. I think my first one was a Russian Su-122 or something like that.
Frogfoot?
Man, I put so much glue on that damn thing, it melted. Skirt. And then my first miniatures were the HO, Napoleonics, and ACW. In fact, I saw them on eBay. I almost bought them just so I could have them. And my first war game was Tactics 2, then Blitzkrieg, then Battle of the Bulge from Avalon Hill. And I used to get their catalog with the pictures of the box.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, that was my, kids have their, every year at Christmas had their little toy magazines. That was mine. I used to sit there and just dream about owning those games, which, I didn't. But so it was a combination of all that stuff.
I always liked France 1940, the original Avalon Hill version. I liked the box for some reason. Even most people say it's
I just bought it recently and did a video on it because it's such a cool looking, the colors and the graphics and all that. Yeah. But I think, and then when I was a freshman in high school, 1974, I was in a wargaming club, and the teacher had a subscription to Strategy and Tactics, and we could check the games out. And I just kept checking out Sixth Fleet. Was it Sixth Fleet? Anyway, it was 1980s, naval combat. And keep in mind, this are 1970s, late. It was current. And so, with my dad being in the Navy, I just thought, oh, this is kind of cool. The Russians and all that stuff. But so it was just a combination of things. Not one particular thing. I remember getting my dad to play me in Tactics 2 one time, and he just couldn't grasp the concept of what the game was. It was so foreign to him. Halfway through, he just flipped the board on me.
Now,
Anyway.
did either of y'all ever do any role playing like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that?
Oh, dude. Yeah, when it first came out,
Once.
the initial box set, a friend of mine got it, and at the time I was right as I graduated high school. I was 17. My first job out of high school was working as a fry cook at McDonald's or at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we would close the store, and I would cook chicken and invite my buddies over on the weekends. We'd play all night inside the KFC role-playing games.
There you go.
All the chicken we could eat. And the manager of the store was like 22, 23. Cute girl. She did not give a fuck what we were doing. Long as, we just didn't care. So we didn't make a mess. We were good about it. But yeah, played a lot of D&D in that in Castro Valley up in the Bay Area.
I used to walk in the barracks and see what I was up for drum when I was a platoon sergeant. I'd walk in the barracks on the weekends, like a lot of snow up there, obviously. And, walking around, be 10 of them sitting there in a little 4-man room, just all surrounded around a Foot Locker or something like that, sitting on the ground playing D&D.
Yeah.
Those guys used to love doing it. And it'd be so funny too, because it wouldn't just be the nerdy troops doing it, It'd be all of them, the fucking hardcore guys, the athletes, the nerds, all of them be playing, having a good old time.
Yeah, I was a weird one in high school. I was captain of the football team and also on the drill team in our junior ROTC. So I was on the rifle team in high school, which is weird. But yeah, so I was with the not cool guys, and I was like the king of the cool guys. But I was just who I was. It's just, I played a little football and I played a lot of stupid ass games. So
I used to, every time we'd have a general inspection or something, I would, because when I was a sergeant, I always had a room by myself in the barracks. And I would.
That when you started stroking your balls?
That started when I was like 11. But every time we'd have an inspection, I'd get one of my games out, just sit it on my desk. And every time our regiment or battalion commander would come through, we would even look at my room. We just talk about the game sitting on the desk.
Nice.
You have to be open. Just have the box sitting on the desk.
Did he ever play?
No, no, those guys, I mean, at the level of stuff they did for training, that was probably trivial compared to the stuff I was playing on board games. But like I say, never had to worry about an inspection, that's for sure.
So, Chris, did you do a lot of RPGs?
I did. Not a lot, but I mean, there was a lot of staying up late at scout campouts.
We're still talking about RPGs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Nord says, Friends 40 is a great wargaming topic. Would love to see a reprint of some of the larger games for it, like Blitzkrieg Legend and Case Yellow, etc.
Yeah, Sergeant Rock was a great comic.
I found 2 games out in my collection that I've been just sorting through some stuff. Of course, my favorite France 1940 is going to be OCS Blitzkrieg Legend, but I found 2. I don't know who they're made by, but I found 2 old France 1940 games that are good. I would consider one of them to be a monster for sure, but I can't think what they're called. They're sitting out there on my couch. I'd never heard of them before. And I have somebody sent them to me, and I had them. So
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab some.
Miguel says, my second job was at KFC as a cook. I ate so much of those wings. Just love KFC wings. Yeah, I like the original recipe. I'm not a fan of the extra crispy or extra crunchy or whatever they
Oh,
call
I
it.
love I'd say I love the skin. I don't care about the chicken.
Yeah. Now, if I want crispy chicken, there's no better crispy chicken than Church's fried chicken.
Swanson TV dinners. The
Yes.
ones with the 3-piece fried chicken. I used to love those things, man.
Yep. Scal Gremlin said, played so many RPGs, it's not even funny, even worked on a few. Miguel ran a D&D club at high school. There you go.
I'll keep that there for now.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I just got something to drink and some Microsol Microset. I'm putting decals on my first Space Marine I've painted in 25 years. Yep.
Nice.
So I'm just doing the little shoulder thing.
Put it back up there. I am big in you.
It's
Oh, yeah.
slap chop. I just, did it quick.
Looks good.
I want to go in and detail it, but I'm on purpose because I'm doing a video, just the slap chop, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on purpose not trying to spend a lot of time doing the detailing. Not that would make it any better, mind you.
You were 16
Sure.
in 99, Nord? Jesus Christ. I'd already been out of the Army for 7 years.
Now, how is he as old as us now?
I know that's odd, isn't it? That's a
Yeah.
spring chicken, according to that.
God, he doesn't.
1999, I was divorced and about to get married again.
Oh, so I had already done 2. It was in my 3rd one.
Yeah.
I've only got the one. I only got the
And
one.
who with that bit of knowledge, who do you think is the smartest in this room right now? I believe the one living in San Diego.
No, I'm not going to take the mantle on that.
No,
Yeah, let's put it
I
this
got-
way: you're happily married. I've never been that.
One of the girls at work comes in and does some part-time work with me. She told me she's always messing around. She goes, though she's the one that's in the Army still. She says, "You got 3 bedrooms. Can I move into one of them?" I said, "No." I said, "I got a couple closets you could have." I said, "But I finally got my sort of dream apartment, and I just think it'll change."
right?
Oh, that's right. You moved.
Yeah.
So did I, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah. The wall looks behind you.
Yeah. So I moved 5 miles away. My rent was almost $2,300 in the old place. It's $1,200 here.
Oh, wow.
That's
Now,
why I
granted,
moved.
mine went up from 800 and something to 1,300, but
No, mine cut.
And I moved
cut in
20
half,
feet.
basically. Well, my old neighborhood's really nice, but it just kept going up every year, 100, 150, and I was like, damn,
Yep.
I can't keep up with this.
I'm getting pissed off right now about groceries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then all the little nitpicking medical stuff, even with my great medical insurance that I have, $100 here, 25 there, 50 there. It's unbelievable.
Well, I've been relatively healthy outside the cancer, since the cancer. So no complaints.
This fucking diabetes shit starting to piss me off. And you think
I started
probably-
donating plasma.
Really?
Talking about, you said you were making a pretty penny with your golf. I've been doing plasma.
Plasma, making some money with plasma, yeah.
Yeah. Although I've been denied to go for 8 weeks because I've had 2 instances where I had a loss of blood. Nothing major, but
Right.
they're like, "Oh, that's like a blood donation. You can't come back." I'm like, "Bitch, that's gonna cost me $800. Fucking take it out of me. I'll survive."
Oh, I'll make it. Come on, Caps. Get the plan.
You said they're up
Scal
for
says
too.
those Swanson chickens fall into the same category as Totino's pizzas. They're total
Yeah.
trash. I don't care. I love them anyway.
Okay, Charles,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna fight you on that one, Charles.
What are we fighting?
He says living in San Diego sucks. living in San Diego doesn't suck. Maybe the cost of living in San Diego sucks. So
Because
yeah,
hey, cost of living in Central Illinois isn't that much,
OnlyFans for the blind.
but it sucks. Nice. No, it was the only fans that made them blind.
Oh,
yeah. See, the guy was talking about getting his mortgage paid off. Yeah, that dream vanished with the divorce. Yeah.
when did you get divorced, Hiss?
A long ass time ago. In a
Yeah.
galaxy far,
Well,
far
I mean, aren't you
away.
married now?
No.
Oh, I thought you were married, dude.
No.
No, he just has his cat.
I have a cat. Yeah. Crazy cat dude. I have one cat now. But no, not probably
Well, I've always
15
heard you
years
talk
ago.
about your daughter or your, I think. So
Yeah, I
never
got two
heard you
girls.
say.
My oldest is in her mid-30s. My youngest is 22.
Yeah.
And I got a granddaughter and a grandson.
There you go.
But I got no wife. Not looking for one.
I'm not either till like right before I die, so I have somebody to hang out with.
Well, you might get yourself an AI robot for that.
If I hang on long enough. No, she'll probably backtalk me.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, so the Caps were winning 4-0, but they gave up 2 bang goals to Philly, and now Philly's playing like it's the last game of their life. You got the Caps on their heels a little bit, still up 4-2, but
What period?
third.
Oh, okay.
They're about 4 minutes in.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, hope so.
There
Although
you
the
go.
Caps are notorious for
Lord
choking shit like
says,
that.
start an OnlyFans for miniatures. Slowly show a miniature being painted.
Good save.
I feel young all of a sudden. I think you were how old in '99? 16 in '99. Because I was 29. So
Yeah,
would've
I
had to
couldn't
been-
have been his dad. At 16. So that made him what? Born in 71?
84. No,
What?
84.
Oh, my math.
In
Oh, that'd be
19
30 years.
Yeah.
Never mind. 83. Okay. No, 83. My daughter was born in 89.
Yeah, my first daughter was 83.
God, you're old as fuck.
No, my first daughter was 85.
Yeah, mine was 89, but I was already in my late 20s at the time.
Yeah, my second wife and I, she was 6 years older than me, and we were both. Yeah. I was 86. Yeah, because it was a year before we came back from Germany, so it was 86. But that was her first year. We weren't youngsters. I mean, I figure I was 24, she was 30,
Dude, 24 is a youngster, but I get your point.
but she was 30, so yeah. Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, my God, nowadays, 14 years old, 15 years old. They're dropping them like it's fucking eggs out of a chicken's ass.
You're not wrong.
Well,
I got 2 granddaughters that both popped kids before 16. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's why I have great grandchildren now.
I said that I don't have.
They're okay grandchildren.
Not so great.
5 granddaughters, 1 grandson. I don't see any of them unless they pop up on Facebook because they're, other than the boy, the 3 oldest girls are all freaking, let's put it this way, they're on the other side of the fence.
There will not be procreation.
Unless somebody works some special magic to make that happen. I don't know.
Yeah. Never know.
Miguel has never been married but engaged twice. Looks like you dodged a bullet.
Oh,
That's why he's going to pay off his mortgage. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Hexy, just for clarification, are you talking BC or AD? Yeah.
Before condoms or
Yeah.
What are those? What are those? Hey, that's the one thing about relations at this age. That's not an issue.
yeah, you know what? I'm good like I am.
Okay.
Do what I want when I want, as long as I have money to do it.
Right?
Play as much damn golf or war games and computer stuff as I can. Don't have to worry about. Are you coming to bed?
Yeah, sometime.
I just turn the robots off if they start asking that question.
There you go. So here is North Carolina. I've actually been on. I have stepped foot on this ship in Wilmington, North Carolina, and this is South Dakota. Now, the South Dakota was sold for scrap in the 50s, but this gun right here is still in existence and is at the South Dakota Memorial in South Dakota. So I have actually touched that gun.
That's what she said.
No.
Hissy, I am test playing the future Gleam of Bayonets, the Antietam GBACW game.
Okay.
Stigler sent me the files because I got to do it on Vassal. Yeah, I think I learned my lesson. I don't know, man. I mean, God damn it, I so want to like Vassal and use it, but Todd and I did that show Friday night. We're going to do it again Saturday night when I got sick, and BCS is just not the game to play on Vassal.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. There's too many. I mean, there's games that have more, but there's so many charts to look at.
Oh, okay.
And unless you have them like sitting right here, and then I think it was 2 nights later, whenever I was like say playing a tournament, I'm like, damn, this is so much easier. And I've always been one of those. I need to see the whole picture. You know,
That's the problem I have with it is I want to see the board. You know, I want to see more of the board. But you know, it's got its pluses though. So, and then we got to get Chris out here to get him a little butt on the Midway.
Yeah.
I keep tempting him. I told him I got him. All he's got to do is let me know when I can get him a place to stay. I mean, they just this new neighborhood I'm in. 3 new homeless places just opened up, dude. So there's plenty of vacancies.
That'll be the score right there, man. That'll be the score right there.
Yeah. Bring your own knife, though.
So, yeah, if and when I get out there, and I step foot on USS Midway, that'll be the second carrier I've been aboard. Because I've been to USS Lexington sitting in Corpus Christi Bay.
Cool.
A couple of times. And then I don't
think I've actually been on a carrier.
You live like spitting distance from Midway and you haven't gone to it?
I haven't been to it yet, no.
Well,
I told you before, when I used to go fishing as a kid, we'd go down to where the Enterprise was docked, and I would cast my lead weights against the side of the USS Enterprise.
That's why all the fish you caught glowed.
No, well, I sold them to all the Filipinos in the Navy housing.
There you go.
I used to have a bucket. We'd catch them we'd hand line them, and man, they loved me because I'd go out and they'd get fresh fish.
Yeah.
And I got like 50 cents or 25 cents a fish. So, it was a good deal.
Nord, that's if I could only choose one thing to be my bucket list, it's to step foot on all of the different museum ships in the United States.
Oh, wow.
That's all 4 Iowa class. That's 2 of the South Dakota class, being Massachusetts and Alabama. I've been on North Carolina. I've been on Texas. I've been on. There's the USS Kavala, which is a submarine, and I don't remember the destroyer escort, but there's a destroyer escort there also in Galveston. So
Bunkhouse said he turned 10 in 99.
Jesus Christ. Jumping Jesus on a pogo stick.
So he's as old as
Hey.
my daughter. She was
Yeah,
born
there
in
you go.
89, so she would have been 10 in 99.
Yep.
See, I can do
Uh,
math.
Yeah, and you didn't even have to take your shoes off or pull your pants down.
Whoa, easy.
Hey, if you want to count more than 20,
We talking inches?
for you, centimeters.
Brutal.
Yeah, Reese was 1 in 99.
Winner.
Yeah. Well, Scala said a couple of weeks ago, Reese is somehow the oldest and youngest person in the room.
No, it's just straight facts, man. Straight facts.
Oh,
Okay, letting these brown dry on his ridges on his back. I'm almost done with this bad boy. Set it aside for now. Okay. I think that Space Marine is done as well.
cool.
So that would be a good topic for one of your shows.
What's that?
Hobby bucket list.
Oh, yeah. We might do that next week. Yeah, so I need to get out to Midway.
Yes,
I'd have
sir.
to go up to I'd have to go up to Boston and New York City, Charleston, South Carolina.
I have been to the Arizona Memorial, and that was very emotional.
Yeah, I would assume very somber also.
Yeah, very much so. But very emotional.
I went to Dachau when I was in Germany,
Ooh,
and that kind of freaked me out.
yeah.
Oh man.
Jay and his family. I think it was Dachau. That's the one down in Bavaria, right? Down around.
Yeah, where you're going towards the Garmisch-Partenkirchen, go down that way.
Yeah, they stayed in Garmisch, on the near the base down there.
That's a beautiful, beautiful. Well, I get news for you. All of of course, it was West Germany when I was there. That entire, you get outside of a city, and the villages, it's just gorgeous, and they maintain it a lot better than. Well, I mean, I have not been in every country, but all the ones I've been in, they maintain it so well.
I'm hoping to. I'd like to go overseas. I joke that my niece graduated high school, and she gets to go to Germany for 10 days. I graduated high school, and I went to Louisiana for 8.5 weeks.
I graduated high school, and the next morning I was out looking for a job.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go nowhere.
That was my job, is basic training.
Yeah. No, I started cooking chicken.
And playing D&D.
Yeah.
It took me not less than a couple months to decide when I got out of high school to go in the Army.
Oh, I was so full of myself as a kid. Not that I'm not now, but I had aspirations to go to the Naval Academy, but never and to get the grades. And
Yeah,
I didn't want to
you
be
kinda have to
enlisted.
have
I wanted to be
grades.
an officer. And when I spoke to the recruiter, they were like, "Yeah, no, you can't just be an officer." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not joining." So I went off because I wanted to do business. I wanted to lead. I wanted to, blah blah blah. So I went and did that. But
You could have gone ROTC and got commissioned that way.
see, I didn't get any guidance.
You should have called me, man.
I had no guidance as a kid. It was like, I mean, I love my dad, but he didn't give me any guidance.
I came home from something one day after I graduated high school, got with my dad and his, I don't know which number wife that was. And I walked into our duplex and everything was gone and all my stuff was piled up in my bedroom. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I ended up moving in with my neighbor. He was like 1 year older than me. He lived with his older brother and his wife. And they let me stay there. And I was like, you know what? Take me to recruiter.
When I was I 8th grade, I wanted to play Pee Wee football. And signups came and went. And I said to my dad, how come you didn't sign me up? He said, well, if you wanted it bad enough, you would have gone down and signed yourself up. And then when I played a little football in junior college, he came to one game and I was playing special teams. He says, if you ain't going to start, it ain't worth my time.
Oh, dude.
He was a hard ass.
Senior year. So my junior and senior year, I lived with my dad playing baseball. And I was a pitcher. I started. And our home field was literally, you walk out of our townhouse across the street, across the creek, and you're standing in right center field.
Okay.
Fireman Field in Leesburg, Virginia. I went over. He came over to the game. Only time I ever saw. Never came to a little league game when I played. Came over to a game. First inning, I threw 10 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts, 1 curveball that I hung up in the zone a little high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking over to the dugout. I'm thinking, I'm pumped, man. He's standing on the steps beside the dugout. He's like, "Come here, boy." And I walk over. He says, "What was with that damn pitch you threw up in the zone?" Because he pitched for the St. Louis Cardinals organization.
Oh, okay.
So he was all over me. I'm like, as a kid, you're not like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, I don't know, sir. He said, it's a good thing that boy didn't swing because that bitch would have been parked over center field fence so far. It's not funny. I'm like, okay. Needless to say, the rest of my game went shitty, and he wasn't there to watch me fall apart.
Yeah, no, my dad was a hard ass like that. I'm not gonna lie, but so
never forget that.
Yeah, art. It's a waste of my time. I'm like, Dad, this is a JC. There were like 150 guys, and I made it in the top 50 and got a pair of cleats.
Sweet.
That's what I was like. I'm starting on special teams. Yeah, you did not. It wasn't good enough.
I'm noticing here on in Constant Marketplace when people are selling games, I'm noticing that the mass number of games that I'm seeing sold all the time are the solo DVG, the naval submarine games. People are selling them things.
Huh. I've never bought anything on Consim. I never shopped there.
For
no reason other than I just don't.
I think I've once sold a couple on there. I sold one to a guy out in San Diego. I sold a big game out to a guy in San Diego.
You did.
On Consim.
You got a deal out of that, man. You got full rights of return too.
I know, that's a good deal.
I don't want to fall in love with it now.
Hey, go ahead, because I'm getting ready to sell all the rest of them too. I think I'm only going to keep one. OCS is not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not. I don't think it's my thing. I'm going to keep Blitzkrieg Legend, and I think for right now,
I'm ever going to get it played.
Huh?
Like I'm ever going to get it played.
I know, and I kind of figured I never would. Where was I going to play it at, other than scenarios?
Yeah, no, I bought the small OCS thing, but the truth of the matter is it's one of those that I kind of wanted it, and we chatted, and it was like, okay, it's going. I can trust that all the bits are there and all that. So, and it was a great, it was a good deal. So, but yeah, you still got first right of refusal on it. But well, I get one of the reasons is because years ago I bought DAC 2,
Right.
and I never played it, and it survived the divorce. Actually, one of the few games it did. Thank goodness. And so, yeah, you know how it is. Your eyes get really big. Yeah, I'll put that out. And then I looked at 15 odd maps, and I go, I can't even fit one of them on my table. This ain't happening.
Yeah. Well, like I say, you'd have to play a scenario.
Yeah.
And I've got DAC, and of course I got it from Richard up in Michigan, but apparently has all of the stuff that's would have made the DAC 2 in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, eventually I want to put that and just maybe play a scenario or two. But
Well, in my new place, I put my bed in the front room area,
right.
and I leave my glass door open just because of the weather's nice enough. I can do that. And the bedroom has got all my shit from when I moved, but eventually I'll get that organized, and that's going to be just game room.
My girls tried to get me just to make my living room my game room, because the 3-bed's pretty good sized living room,
Mm-hmm.
and put my TV and stuff and my couch back in the back room. I have 2 couches, and they tried to get me to do it over in the 2-bedroom, but there's no way my one couch is going around that corner into that one of the bedrooms. Over here it could have been done easily, but I was like, no, I got 3 rooms now, I'm good.
There you go. Yeah,
Brian
so I
says
just
he
got to get
did.
off my ass and get all that stuff clean so I can actually have a gaming table.
Yeah.
How are you now?
But Murray, the Mutt's going to be on in a second.
How are ya?
Hey, boss.
What's up? I don't know if I'm in the car, but it's the car that's way too fucking smart. So I don't know if it's actually going to stay on or if it's going to cut off and cut back on or any of that nonsense.
Fair enough. Glad
Where are
could
you
make
driving?
Just home.
Ah,
Working some overtime. Jeffy, how's Kasserine?
It's chugging quite along. The Americans are starting to get some numbers in there now, slowing them down a little bit. But the German forces, they're too elite for the Americans. So they're probably going to torch them.
You got your 88s all set up in the cactuses and whatnot?
What's funny is the only one formation has a support set of 88s in it.
No, Jeffy. I read the popular history. Kasserine was just Mark Clark throwing M3 Lees and everything and Stewarts at 88s until they all blew up. I saw that documentary, Pat.
I'll be back in 30, guys. I'm going to go spray this Space Marine.
Hey, Chris, have you talked
Yes, sir.
about Naval Thunder tonight?
Not
No, he wanted me to stay on here.
That's fair. Very fair. Shit. Well, my other topic is also a Jeffy buzzkill. I love you, Jeffy. I'm proofreading Glorious Adventures in the Age of Steam, and it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost done. I'm like 118 pages out of 140. And I'll type it up, get it fired off to Wiley. Everybody get excited.
There's the
Jeffy,
Mutt.
I'm
We got a
also
mutt.
Mutt, I need to go watch your videos, buddy. I haven't, being under the weather, I haven't really watched much.
It's there. I ain't going anywhere.
Brian. With 2s and Fistful of Lead, one roll gets to roll 2 dice and take the best. So like when you're
It's
shooting,
not through the you can't.
all your grunts get to do it in a grunt group, but it's only for one of the rolls. But yeah,
Oh dang it! So I used it for the wounds too. I think.
yeah. So you can choose if you want to do it for hits or like to hit or to wound. That's up to you. But yeah, it's only
Yeah.
one of them. But yeah, no, I enjoyed
Oh,
the hell out of that. That's a beautiful table, buddy.
well, it was missing the cacti.
Well, that's fine. The fact of the matter is you made it look quite good, and I enjoyed it. Jeff,
Thank you.
you're going to love it.
No,
It is a Union just steamroll.
Oh, no, I'm not going to watch it.
Oh.
I want that at the
I'm being
beginning,
honest
man.
with you.
No, I won't
Jeff-
say anything.
Those
But-
sentries could have taken U.S. Grant hostage, and I would still tell you it's a Union victory. Go watch it.
The dice roll, Chris. Good God. So, I said that at the beginning too. I said, "Hey, man, I try to make it as close to history as possible, but man, when it comes to the dice make the decisions from there on. I mean, I'm out of it."
Yep.
Close to history as possible, except that everyone on the Confederate side is going to shoot the Union lieutenant at every opportunity possible.
Well, wouldn't you?
Oh shoot!
He's not going to die fast. He's just going to be a bullet sponge
anyway.
for the whole game. You get to the end of the video, and Ryan's like, "Yeah, I was really gunning for him." No shit, man.
Halfway you get a replay on here, we have all of us.
It's a very, very good video.
Oh yeah.
Well worth the
Thank
watch.
you.
Hey, Mutt.
Hey. Yeah, you can see the comments, Jeffy. They're all. Reese gets on there. Oh, he's doing it. So,
What?
and then Wags.
Oh, the game.
Reese, he was on the comment. It was funny. Took 2 years or whatever, but hey.
Hex to
And
Hex.
now
I've
I
been
gotta
playing
find
playing a lot of board games recently, Jeff.
Hex to Hex.
No, not Hex, but board games, like chit games.
Who's been?
It's okay. You have a bunch of area movement games too.
Who's been playing a lot of games?
Me.
I haven't seen you play anything.
Well, yeah, because I figured if I sent you the videos, you'd go quiet. It's all Great War at Sea.
Yeah, I need to shoot a video on. Those are Toddley's. I need to shoot a video because I'm 5 turns into that game now.
Do you want to have strategic level Spanish-American War naval stuff on your channel?
No, that's a Todd Reed thing.
It's not a wardrobe plays World War II thing.
It's a wardrobe.
42 years too early.
It's a wardrobe sinks my battleship thing.
Well, that's true. I've been trying to find a board game that is ping pong centric, and I can't find one. I'm sure Avalon Hill made one at some point in time. But that seems perfect for the Todd A. Reed channel.
I don't know. You're looking for a ping pong centric board game. I don't know. Maybe ping pong.
Well, I get that, but Todd's gotta marry up and merge his channels so he can have that like 76,000 view video
Right.
or whatever it's at now. It's probably over 80. But how are your what's? I'm sorry, Chris. I missed the entire first part of this show. So what's the count at now?
Of subscribers?
Yeah, we still sitting over 5?
Yeah, we're 512.
Hell yeah.
He'll be above 500.
Can we get a preview of the painting video this Friday?
I think Donna wants me to paint one of my Scottish badgers.
One of your Scottish badgers?
Yeah.
Is that from the Badgers and Burrows or whatever it is?
No, these guys were made. They're metal. They're made back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and I had Scottish badgers and Otterman Turks.
Nice.
That ride armor-clad weasels. The badgers ride cassowaries for their cavalry. I've got the Zulu Roos. They're kangaroos that carry shields and spears like the Zulu.
Was this a game or just the miniatures?
They were just miniatures that I came across. So, but she wants me to paint up one of the badgers, so we're gonna see how that goes. That's gonna get painted. He's gonna get painted tomorrow night, and video should be going up Monday morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a few days off coming up. I'm thinking about firing up the print farm for winter and just starting to rattle off a bunch more ships to do to get into play testing Naval Thunder pretty hard locally here.
Cool.
I need to get Norman Conquest, Nord.
Jeff, what else do you have on the table other than Kasserine Pass, man?
Just that one, but I think I'm fixing to start in on one of these that I can't talk about yet.
Oh, nice, outstanding.
Right
I was about to say, one game on the table is rather rare for the Hex to Hex. Jim.
Yeah, but I'm having fun with that one. I really do like that system.
Yeah.
I would have to say right now that below GBACW, that one would be next, the BCS system.
I'm about to say, is BCS going to take over for GBACW?
Nah, I don't know if there's a system that can surpass that. For me, anyhow.
That's reasonable.
Well, it's not just the system, right? It's also the topic for you, boss.
Yeah, well, that increases the value to me.
So there's a solid question regarding GBACW. If you had to choose a specific point in the GBACW rules evolution, like going all the way back to TSS and the very first like pre-GBACW titles, like is there a chunk of the rules there in the last 40 years or whatever that you like the best, or is the current rule set what you generally enjoy doing the most?
Oh, definitely the current rule set. It's like TSS is more nostalgia than anything, but
Yeah.
that's a bloodlet in that game. I mean, you knock regiments off in no time at all, and that's, I think, when they changed everything with like going from TSS to 3 days at Gettysburg.
Yeah, that
makes
was my next
all the
question.
difference in the world.
So between TSS and Three Dog, you prefer to play Three Dog? Other than
Oh,
the
yeah, for sure.
nostalgia factor?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Much better. GBACW is a fantastic rule set, and I'm still going to give Line of Battle another crack, but it's no GBACW.
Whatever. Are you going to try the Worthington Gettysburg game? Because you were having
No.
a blast playing the other Worthington game.
No, once I played the one you sent me, the 7 days ones, which I had a Woody for. I was so glad you sent that to me.
Yeah.
And I realized as I started to play the second scenario, there's no real objectives.
Huh. Well, would like Gettysburg, would that be a sort of thing where you could play the game and just you don't necessarily need to have written objectives because you know what you want to do?
Well, yeah. Well, okay, so here's the deal with their Gettysburg one. I am not going to buy it. If one showed up here for free, I would play it. But I'm
Fair.
not going to buy that game. That system does not. Now, is that system better than Blue and Gray? Sure. But I can think of 4 Civil War systems that are a million times better than that.
Gettysburg 77 Intermediate, baby.
I still think that advanced game is great.
That's fair. I mean, you were enjoying that. Again, it seemed like that just ran into the issue that they, play tested 3, 4, 5 turns, not the whole game.
Right.
But then again, when you've got a game that big, good Lord, like trying to get through that entire thing in a play test session with volunteers is a lot to ask from volunteers, and it's a lot of paid time to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah.
I still feel bad I haven't played Rebel Fury yet.
Or AMFS.
Okay, so I don't have my copy anymore,
Oh, Todd's got it, right?
and I haven't heard from the Reed Boy in a while. The Reed Boy also has my copy of Storm Over Normandy.
Oh, I saw Storm over Spain today.
In English?
I saw it. It was either today or yesterday, and somebody was selling it on Console Market, but it might still be on there.
You gotta holler at me, man. I'm
I
really
think
enjoying it.
it's either Storm over Spain or Storm over Madrid.
I gotcha. So I really enjoy that system, and there's like 29 games or something in it, but the vast majority of them are put out by what's his name, in Japanese, and they're all Japanese language, both the rule books and the counters and everything.
Right.
I can't remember the name of the magazine they used to be put out in, but I have seen a couple just random copies of the Japanese games in English floating around, because I saw an English, I think it was English, the counters were in English, copy of Storm over Taiseirung or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyways, the Sino-Japanese War immediately prior to, the commencement of World War II. Seemed super cool, but I missed it, and it was one of those, well, okay, that's fair. But that does give me hope that there might be some English copies rolling around somewhere.
Right.
I don't know. In the meantime, the 3 that I have and I've played, I've enjoyed greatly.
So what are you working on, McMurray? Did you already say?
Miniatures wise, we're kind of in that rest period in between a whole bunch of painting challenges and gearing up for the 3-month analog hobbies. I've been painting a little bit on some weird World War II stuff, as well as some of I've been priming up a bunch of the stuff for what do you call it? All Quiet on the Martian Front. So not World War II, but immediately pre-World War I, as well as working on a whole bunch of naval stuff and all kinds of different scales. The objective is to, again, playtest the G set of Naval Thunder, because Chris is going to send me the most updated rules, every ship sheet he's got, and the turning templates.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to piss out of it locally.
I told Chris that I'm going to bug the shit out of him this year, 2025, to get that up on Amazon and get it published.
We'll get it figured out. But then also hopefully do a whole bunch of it in World War I, when you've got just the pure battle wagons and big guns. Because the system should adapt for that quite nicely, as well as even earlier. I mean, Chris, we could do pre-dreadnoughts. The cool thing about pre-dreadnoughts, though, Chris, and we talked about this a little bit, same with, like, to some extent, World War I stuff, is that your secondary and primary batteries have the same, effective range.
Right.
Which is kind of wild and trippy to think about, but then also, pretty cool, because the rangefinder and targeting systems were the Mark I human eyeball. So you really had restraints to the point where even beyond that, with pre-dreadnoughts, they had the cool weird factor of, okay, so these, 12-pounders or 6-inch guns or whatever can actually fire further than our main batteries also, which is kind of trippy, depending on what you're looking at. And so that could be pretty slick. Like I said, playing a whole bunch of Great War at Sea, which, as it turns out, is infinitely more delightful than I thought it was going to be. Has done some cool stuff with that. You remember, Jeff, how steamed up I was to play?
To play.
Because it turns out it's fantastic.
To play what?
The Jutland game on Geek Market from actually a lady that I just bought some other stuff from. So that was
God damn, it's
kind of one of the two core main sets for World War I, and thus everything. So that should be quite entertaining, because then I can all of a sudden start using all the, plain orange, plain gold, plain black. And then we can start whipping up on some krauts in the Caribbean and some frogs and everything else. But yeah. That, or Chris, should this year be the year of not forgetting that the French were kind of dicks, and we can do Mers El Kabir and the contested landings at Torch and everything else?
There you go.
We've talked about that for years now,
Yeah.
but all right.
Alrighty. Except for the two
You like
heavy
Bowman,
cruisers. Except for the two heavy cruisers and the one or two destroyers for the Americans, I've got them all based.
For
Ready to
what
go
Out of,
live and painted.
still
out of
for
Pearl?
lady?
What's that?
You got them based out of Pearl?
Yeah.
Are you still prepping for the lady first or the semi hypothetical first day lady golf at Tacticon?
Guadalcanal.
Guadalcanal. There you go. My bad.
Yeah.
2 years difference.
Decided. Donna's said that I should go with 13000 instead of 148. 14800. Because 14800, the ships are going to be across the room. People are going to see sticks on a board. They're not
That's
gonna-
fair. I'd almost
They're not-
advocate, because you've got a bunch of micro armor. I'd almost just advocate if you're doing 13000, do 11200. So that your collection is universal. Also, then if people walk up and say, "Oh, cool, what scale is this?" and you say, "Oh, it's 12400," because even though the scale doesn't matter and people can absolutely play it whatever they feel like,
Yeah.
there's still people that are going to go, "Oh, well, I have 11200 or 12400 ships, so maybe not today."
Let's talk about shoes for a second.
Shoes.
So I'm sure everybody's got like a favorite pair of shoes. Okay, so my golf shoe collection was pretty massive, but I've got a pair of Skechers golf shoes that I just love the hell out of. I can walk in them; they're comfortable. Well, the other day when I got off the golf course, I
yes.
took my shoes off to put them in my truck and put my tennis shoes on. I looked at the bottom and said, "You know what? You really should check the spikes on these things a little more than every 2 years." So I decided, you know what, I got to change my spikes. So I brought them in the house, and they were so wore out, I couldn't get the tool in there to remove them because they were corroded and had all kinds of crap down in them. So I'm like, okay, let's get on YouTube and find out somebody's got a trick for this. And I did. So I needed my drill gun and with a narrow bit. Need to say my batteries weren't charged, so I couldn't do that. So I had to charge it overnight. But I came in, I went to the store today, bought new spikes, and I took the drill gun, did what the guy did on YouTube, and managed to get all that shit out of my shoes and clean them out. And now my shoes are all nice, new spikes on them, and they're cleaned up and ready to go. Because I'm not
You're so excited you're going to sleep in them?
I already left them in my truck. I put them in my truck because I've got my little bag in there. I was going to go to the golf course tonight, but then I realized I was on freaking on call starting today, and it's election time, early voting time. So I'm like, yeah, I better go home. And I did. And my boss, I had a ticket too, sure enough, by one of our cops. I had to get my boss on the call because I didn't know what the hell to do with it. And he was like, dude, you should have gone to the golf course, man. I'd have picked up the calls. I was like, well, okay, good. Because tomorrow night I'm going.
Yeah, but the minute you go to a golf course, then you're going to get you're supposed to be at home working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nagoya says, I'm a huge Moon Boots fan.
Oh, dude, when I was in Germany, because as scouts, we used to do a lot of patrolling. And we used to go, all of us would go buy, you could never find black ones, but in Germany, buying moon boots was easy. Every damn store had them. So the slip-ons that were real warm, we'd all buy them and we would dye them black. And then when we would do night operations or something, we'd all have them damn moon boots on because they were quiet and they didn't hurt your feet. Now, we had a guy that had he had a profile for his feet. He wore tennis shoes. So he took black dye and dyed his tennis shoes black, and we let him run point on all our patrols, man, because he was nimble.
I just got in trouble with my shoes with my daughter. I got a pair of Vans that I've worn a hole in the top of them. And she was a little upset that I won't go buy new shoes. And I'm like, the bottoms are still good.
Yeah.
Dad, you look like you're homeless. I'm going, that's kind of the point. Just kind of blend in with the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Beggars in Gaslight District of San Diego wear better clothes than I do. guys.
Yeah, so I ended up going and buying 2 new pairs of Vans, and wore one pair one day and ripped up my my ankles, my heels, with blisters. So
Well, that's no bueno.
no, but got to keep the daughter happy.
Yeah. Nord, I've got some Italian ships. I don't have, and I don't have any Germans or any Russians. But let me know what you want, and I can get them. That's not a problem. How you doing, buddy? Simple Man's my buddy Gordon. How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. His wife was driving their truck when they had a negative interaction with a deer on her way to work. Yeah. So
Yeah, dinner.
It's kind of like here in Pike
Get a
County.
deer tag, you can keep it.
It's you got 2 kinds of people in Pike County, Illinois. Those are 2 types of drivers. Those that have hit a deer, and those that are about to hit a deer.
I had a buddy hit a bull, jacked up his truck.
That's bullshit.
Well, there was a bunch of that too. No, what you don't want to hit is a fucking moose.
Yeah. No, I'll pass.
Or a fat girl in West Virginia.
Isn't that what he's talking about?
That's anything. Stuff in my face.
Bounce off her into the tree. Boing.
Not just West Virginia.
Nor the thing is, what you want to do is look at you're going to want to look at like German versus British or British versus Italian. Really not sure if the Russians actually even saw any real like naval combat in World War II.
Didn't they with the Japanese pre-World War II?
I mean, if you mean 1906, yeah, that's
Who?
World War II.
Okay, pre-World War One then.
The Russians. The Russians really didn't do a whole lot naval-wise in World War II.
To be fair, they didn't do a whole lot naval-wise during World War One either.
No, correct. So,
What was the most modern Russian super dreadnought class in World War II? Still the Gangets?
Yeah, I think that was their biggest battleship was that awful piece of shit. Dude,
it's like you took a French pre-dreadnought and just like turret farmed it instead of putting 8 million superstructures on it. Like 100% of the giant freeboard, and yet somehow made it still just ungodly, unseaworthy.
Uh-oh.
Which, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a good question. I don't know. The Russian Black Sea Fleet didn't do anything. And the U.S. and the British had to escort every convoy into their northern ports. So, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's right.
They had the Archangel-esque.
Okay, but again, did they leave port?
No, not at all.
Well, I mean, not. I'm not legitimately not being sarcastic. Now that I'm thinking about it, like Scharnhorst got sunk by British vessels. Every time Tirpitz threatened to sally out, it was British and American vessels. And And then they certainly didn't have anything in Vladivostok, because in order for Stalin to even say, okay, yeah, I'll think about trying to invade Japan, the U.S. had to give the Russians, 118 or something, or 120 assorted vessels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting, which makes sense because the Russian Navy got just absolutely hammered by the
Take
Russian
care, Gordo.
Revolution. Kind of like the French
Yeah.
Navy did. Turns out,
Yeah.
it's not good for your navies to kill all the officers and everybody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, the Archangel-esque was the former HMS Royal Sovereign. So it wasn't
Yes.
their
Okay.
ship.
Yes. Then correct. Then yes. Then I was right where we're at.
Yeah, the Ganget is just a fucking pool table
with 12 tubes on it, right?
Yeah,
Oh, my
4
God.
3-inch turrets.
We're losing Jeff.
Hey Jeff, Hans Ulrich Rudel liked the Ganget class.
Sorry, I went to sleep. Shut up.
I was just talking about Hans Ulrich Rudel, the Panzer Killer Extraordinaire. Good gravy, man. He very much loved Murat. He tried to impregnate Murat. Turns out it worked.
Only Moretz I like is Chloe.
That's Moritz. Everybody say hi to Clark.
Hi, Clark.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what?
So what you got on the table, Mutt?
Oh. What I got on the table? I
Yeah,
got a game ready. I got a game ready to go back here.
Yeah.
Gonna start busting out bat wraps here left and right.
What rules are you going to use for that, Brian? Is that going to be one-page rules, or is that going to be Black Heroes? Or
It'll be OPR on this one, the Grimdark one.
Okay.
So
I've been looking into that rule set. What do you think of it?
Oh, dude, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
which set?
One-page rules.
Yeah, which one?
This one's going to be the Grimdark Future Firefight to Skirmish, and then you got Grimdark Future, which is the big one, and then you got Age of Fantasy Skirmish, blah blah blah. There's so many of them. They all shares the same kind of rule system and all that. But
I do the Patreon with them, so I get a ton of their STLs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I fell in love with them. I mean, right now, Fistful of Lead and OPR are my favorites.
So how many models does a one-page rule set game run?
The skirmish one is like 10 to, so you only need like 10 to 15 or so. But the big one is,
per side?
No, total. You got that. You got that.
Okay.
You got that for
so
total.
It's like Fistful of Lead.
It's a skirmish, yeah. And and then the Grimdark Future, that's the biggie where you could, it goes by points and all that, but yeah. But I don't use it. It's you have objectives usually, but me, I kind of change it up. I have like a purpose, like I'm not really into the objective part of it yet, where you capture this objective or capture this. I want to like cremate that side or whatever, or you get this, you find, you go grab and go kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Have my own little world. Yeah. It'll be the first time I'll be using the 15 millimeter Garrison miniatures on this one, on both sides, and it's aliens. I got a whole bunch of aliens back there on one side, and then I got they look like these miniatures. They look like Halo, the Halo troopers or whatever.
Okay.
So these are all Coruscant, not alternative armies.
Yeah, yeah. These are the Curacao ones and this will be the first time playing with playing these miniatures. I mean, you get these miniatures, you paint them up, and you let them sit there on the side. And it's like, dude, let's get these guys on tabletop.
Do you have any of what's the alternative armies sci-fi? Ion Age or something?
Yeah, the Ion Age.
Yeah. Do you have any of those figures?
The 1991 rulebook.
Yep. There's still a copy of the rulebook on the shelf at Game Night.
Angus. Yep. But you know what? I opened this up. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of reading.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not good.
Mutt doesn't like the words.
I don't like words. So, I mean, this is mission 1 briefing. And this is all, you're probably not going to be able to see, but that's all small print.
Yeah.
So, and you got this side, you got this page to look at. Like, oh my gosh. So, and
Ain't
their
nobody got
melee
time for
table,
that.
and look at their melee. I might as well be playing Hex Encounter. Because it's you know, it's dice numbers this way and then this way, and then you got your, you know, 1 1 2 1 2. It's like, what the heck? So I, you know, this is only, it's on sale at Noble Knight for $3. I figured, why not give it a shot? If I don't like it, it's $3.
Exactly.
There's got to be $3 worth of pictures to look at in there.
Well, and it has this. I can't even pull it. It has, here's the cards that you rip out of it. And you have like mission cards and stuff to go with it. And this is your maps. So you try to make your board look like this, or you play on this map if you want. So it's on the back of the book.
Well, that's kind of cool.
You got your free company. Yeah. Yeah, see, here you go. Here's some other ones where you can put your 15 mil on these maps and play them.
Well, that's pretty slick. That's worth $3.
Yeah, I mean, this is 1991, so. Yeah.
Niguea says, looking at the KC Chiefs shirt makes me think that the Bills are the anti-3-peat. You're wrong. They're not the anti-3-peat. They're the anti-4-peat. Eric's in the house saying, oh, wow, what a good-looking man that his cat is.
Correct. Eric.
And here's your
Chris, how you
reference
doing,
sheet.
Eric?
Look how big this reference sheet is, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'll shut up.
So, Eric, you gonna, or have you signed up for Postcards from the Front 2025?
You missed a question up there, Chris.
Which one?
I was
Oh,
waiting
from
to
Niguea?
answer it. I was waiting to answer it before, or waiting for you to announce it before I answered it.
Which one?
Above the Kansas City Chiefs shirt thingy.
Oh. If you had to pick one part of any ACW battle to go back in time and see firsthand what it was like, what would you pick?
There's 2 of them I'd pick. First one would be Stonewall Jackson, the first bull run on Henry House Hill. The second one, which I think would be even more exciting, is the Confederate sailors that fought as infantry at Sailors Creek at the end of the war when they went charging. That would be freaking, I think, off the charts.
Just for the spectator part of it, was it the first battle of Bull Run where people from Washington just took their carriages out and were sitting on the side of the hill? Yeah, I'd like to go there and be a hot dog vendor.
Right?
Yeah.
Schnitzel on a stick.
Right? Take bets.
Don't get the
bookie.
schnitzel. You're using schnauzer.
Get your hot dogs. Get your hot dogs.
What's the over-under on the 71st Pennsylvania?
Get your hot dogs. This war ain't going to last but a month.
Yay!
Says,
6-3.
Alex,
Lou,
are you not on my Discord, boss? Hey, Chris, you want to? Are you on Chris's Discord, or you don't do Discord? I'll try to find your Yahoo address, and you want to share it, Chris? the 2025? Or you want me to grab it?
Yeah, why don't you grab it and send it to me, and I'll drop
Okay.
it up there.
Jeffy, you see Nord?
Mhm.
Nord, you don't want to see the second core at the wheat field. You want to see third core at the wheat field, baby. Dan the man all day long.
So this year's postcards from the front is going to start a month earlier. Normally I do it in December, but this year, because of the 4-day San Diego Histocon, I'm actually doing a 1-hour chit chat about it, and we're going to start it that weekend.
Wait, okay, well, let's back up here. Because I haven't followed much of anything over the last 4 or 5 months. How did the first postcards from the front end?
So there were 48 games. There were a number of them that got published, led to a Kickstarter. One guy's got like 3,000 downloads for his game.
Wow.
I screwed up because one, I didn't realize it was going to be. Well, there were 48 games submitted,
Right.
and I didn't realize it was going to take off like that. So I had kind of committed, like, oh, I'm going to publish all these games, and blah blah blah. Yeah, the 48 games. Like, no, I couldn't do that. I thought I'd get like 8.
Right.
And then and then I kind of had a deal with, or I was starting to work a deal out with the Dietz Foundation, and I totally dropped the ball. Published through them. I got all the artwork, and I started at 48 games and realized that people weren't submitting it artwork ready, and yeah, that was not good. So. And then the last couple have just been about less than 10, but good games. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff there.
Well, I mean, wasn't there? I mean, there wasn't like one particular one that was just split above the rest, or?
Oh my God. Okay, so David Thompson, who does Undaunted series and all the games he does, he put a game in, and from his game. He called it a battle card. He then did a Kickstarter where he released like 4 more games using that mechanic or that kind of idea. There was one guy who did a game, and then Snafu came in and said, hey, we want to publish that, but make it bigger. And so he went off to do that. There's just a number. Mark Walker from Flying Pig, he submitted a game. So, and that was in his kind of alternate vampire World War II kind of genre. So he stuck it in that world. That was a fun little game.
Right.
All right.
Thomas Van Hare, he submitted a game. I haven't played it, but and I should, because he took a number of content creators and put them in as characters in the game. Right. Yeah, Clint Warren Davey. Yeah, he did his 1 hour that turned into his Europe or ETO in an hour.
Right.
And now he's doing ETO, PTO in an hour, and a few other things there. So he did a number of good ones. So it just really. The first one really did well. So I'm hoping to just kind of lean into it this year and support it much better than I did the past. Well, the past year was hectic for me. Getting my daughter through her final year of college wasn't cheap. Dealing with the move, which took me like 6 months to find a place, and just the stress. And I went probably 3 months and didn't put a video on my channel just because just everything collapsed on me. So, but yeah. So we'll see. This year looks like it's going to be good.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll have to try to keep up this year.
Oh, no worries, boss.
I've been pretty raggedy about keeping up. I mean, like I said, I did that shout out and completely fucking forgot to throw you in there. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Oh, I only cussed you out for like 3 days.
Oh, I couldn't believe
Nah,
that.
I'm kidding. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, so and then just refocusing on the channel. And then
I've got this thing burning in the back of my head that So my best videos were my GBACW tutorials, and I really need to redo those and finish what I started with that.
That's my mantra for 2025 is commit less, finish what I commit, because I went through about 18 months where I was just like a kid in a toy store. I was going to do everything and got a third of it done.
Same thing here.
I still owe you the Gettysburg 77 Advanced, right?
Yeah.
That's an example.
That Reese still owes me freaking SCS.
Wow.
But Reese finally did play something. He played the Vietnam miniatures game, so that was good. And you know, Brian finally got the Civil War game played. So that's a plus. Huh?
Jeff, you said you would play in that Civil War game.
Yeah, but I did. But Brian just went, set up, played, and went off. And I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. He got it played. I'm learning that, okay, so I do pretty good with Andrew and Todd if we're going to play something, but we haven't done the 3-player thing of a game. It's been a while since we did it. It was pretty good. Now, so we did do the D-Day thing, which I think went off pretty well. Got a lot of looks on that one right there. But Todd did Arnhem and Andrew, they did Arnhem. They did Market Garden. I didn't touch it. Spotting round, he did his Market Garden stuff. Bowl just coming up, and I'm out there looking at these games thinking, Jesus Christ, if I'm going to tackle one of these things, I need to start playing this bitch on November 1st and shooting the videos for the release dates in December. And I don't know which one I want to do yet. I'd like to say it's going to be the last Blitzkrieg because it's BCS and I've never played it, and I want to play it badly. And then always in the back of my head, I got two things. One is GBACW is always in my brain. I need to be playing something GBACW, it seems, and I haven't touched it in a while. The other dilemma is I've got 2 games sitting here below my feet that the world does not know about that I can't do anything with. I mean, I can do whatever I want with them here. I just can't film anything. And I'm dying. One of these I'm just freaking dying to get going. I already shot the unboxing video for it. But I tell you, when this thing gets released, people are going to say, what the fuck? Who thought this up?
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, it's unique, and you'll get it when you hear it, when you'll understand why it's unique when it does. And the other one's just an expansion to another game, but I just probably can't say nothing about it. So,
nah. So I'm channeling you a little bit, Hexy. I've got a publisher reach out to me, and I got something that they don't want anybody to tell, and I've got like one of the few copies of, so feeling a little special there. Yeah, but I can't say anything either.
I love that shit, man. That is so cool. And the one
we have such a cool community in general.
Oh, yeah.
And so.
Well, then I got fortunate, and David Heath and the guys over at Lock and Load. I got a box every day for 6 straight days.
Oh, wow.
I'm not talking a box. I'm talking.
Very nice guys. Devin was on. Chris will paint during the week, will just be in Discord, and right. Devin pops in a couple of times. He was the other. He got me spending money on some STLs, but yeah,
it's nothing I haven't touched in a while.
Yeah,
gave all my speed things away.
Hey, Chris, did you put the link? I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
That way Nagawa can pop in. So the game that I'm going to finish, Nagawa, is Draken. It's my push your luck World War I balloon observation game.
I see all these.
Yes, Eric, I am.
Flight people or flight games people are playing, and I don't really care for any of them, but there is this fucking World War I air combat games look pretty fucking cool to me.
So I've got a card game. It's 20 odd years old. That I'm working on scenarios. We'll have to get together and have you play it on tabletop. It's card based, but
Right.
it's really fast. You play a game in a matter of minutes. I'm actually really proud of it. I did a pretty decent job on the design on that one.
It's
I
pretty
used to
cool.
love collecting those airplanes when I was a kid. There was a Sopwith Camel and all those things.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Sup
course, all
with
that
Cameron?
shit's going. And speaking of Gettysburg from Worthington, here's a Facebook ad for it. Yeah, like that. Love that shit. Those are so cool.
Eric, I am thinking about it. My thoughts are that it is doing the Christmas card style will give me enough room to actually figure out the rules for my Red Storm Rising game that I'm wanting to do.
Is that the one you were working on last year?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a press your luck type of game also.
Yep.
So yeah.
It's a Red Storm Rising with no submarines.
Yeah, well, there's an entire
That's fine.
storyline that has nothing to do with the Navy.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the
it does have-
Red Storm Rising game. There's who was it? I used to have it too. It was the Red Storm Rising game that I had was a hex encounter game that was Cold War,
Mhm. Yeah.
and that was I had that thing. Yaquinto. I had that thing for a long time. It was actually pretty fun. Because I remember it had the ammunition in a belt on the picture on the cover of the box. So many games that I lost over the years, and I don't even know where the hell they went.
Yeah, Chris's sub game was fun.
Yep.
Thanks, Nageva. Hey, I missed your show the last couple of weeks because Saturday mornings I've been with my grandkids, and they wake up at 5 a.m.
Ugh,
Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
miss it because I'm on the golf course.
well, because of where my my daughter's house is, and they work in the Bay Area, they got to get up at 5 to get into the office. And so my grandson, he's 3, and he's waking my ass up at 5. Pops, wake up, let's go. He's totally into his dinosaurs. So yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning, I got T-Rex banging me in the side of the head. Kind of wakes you up.
All right, so what's the next thing coming up for anybody?
I already told you what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing. Why are you so angry? Turn your camera on. I want to see you bleeding from your finger.
Oh, I'm fine now, man. You guys didn't know? Oh, you guys caught that, huh?
I saw you. I saw you cuss.
Us.
Just drop that fucking thing on the table and run away.
Fucking hurt. Sitting there cleaning a metal miniature. I went in there. I should have took my blood sugar count right there, man.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'm working on a video for my builds channel with my first Space Marine in 20 plus years. So
what's a Space Marine?
they're Marines in space.
He knows. He's just,
I know he knows.
he was just playing it the other night. Oh no, you were playing. Yeah, when's that happening again, Brian? Tomorrow night?
Oh, that's right. Okay. It's going to go live tomorrow, guys.
Again, they're gonna try again.
They're going to try again. I'm not sure who's. I'm not streaming it because I'm just along for the ride here and stuff. But I will admit, I think I was the only one that really got into character though. So we're playing Twilight 2000, and it's called Owlbear, a program that everyone can join in, owlbear.com, for role playing and all that. And the guy who's in charge of it can move the characters around and all that, blah blah blah. Makes it easier for all of us to see what's going on. And they're doing that tomorrow for the first time, so we'll see how that works out.
Oh, cool.
But the way that, and it's Keegan, it's his first time being a GM, so you got to roll with it.
Yep.
And he's gonna, I'm totally, cool with it. Hey man, it's the first time I understand. I'm not gonna sit there, whatever. The way he started us off though, man, I get T-boned by Ashley in a vehicle, and somehow he thinks that we should all be nicey nice and become a group. I get out of my truck and I pull a shotgun out. Come on, think about it. Real life, dude. This is post APOC. Yeah, you get out and say, "Oh, darn it,"
Oh no, there's no love loss. Post-apocalyptic. Yeah, you don't trust anybody.
Yeah, so I was getting. Then Greg says, "Well, I'm getting out of the car," and I said, "Well, I'm putting I'm double barrels on Greg now." And so then Mythos tries to get out. I'm getting out. Well, double barrels on Mythos. I'm just sitting there going like this. So anyways, but oh well, it was, and then we were online, and then we got cut off, or it got dropped or something. And one time it was YouTube dropped them, Greg, because of some wording was said or whatever.
Oh wow!
Said it was a message came across. YouTube does not support whatever. Just dropped them. So we're sitting there trying to get back on. They were like, I forget it. We'll just do a recording. They were supposed to put it up, but I guess they didn't get it up. I don't know.
Well, I certainly hope they have really cleaner connection so we can actually see.
Yeah. So I don't know if Keegan's gonna have if he's hosting it or what. So just long for it.
Yeah, Nord, you mentioned Facebook. I just saw one of my GBACW buddies. He literally just posted right before a day ago. Okay, I'm now on X. No more posts on Facebook. So all his GBACW content's not going to be on Facebook anymore.
Oh man, there's so many different platforms.
I can't handle the ones I got.
I'm a little bit on Facebook, but I'm mostly on X and YouTube. Those are the
Jeff,
two.
Are you still the king of Mastodon?
Awesome, Eric.
You know what? I'm glad you said it because I had stopped posting on there, and then I went back the other night, and really there's probably 5 people that are posting there.
Yeah, but you're the king of Mastodon.
I won a prize for being the most posted one on there, but then I've stopped posting now. I hate it too because Pete that runs it, he's a good dude.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab something.
Hardwolf, Patrick Pence, Armchair Dragoons. That was pretty much it.
Hey, I was thinking, for streaming, what about Zoom? Just try Zoom out.
Yeah, I mean you could, but Zoom you would have for people to see it. You'd have to send them an invite to see it.
Oh, it's not open.
Yeah. With this, where if you're doing it on YouTube via StreamYard or whatever, Restream, whatever. I mean, whose connection was it? Because it was and the camera counts too. So
I don't know if it wasn't camera, because the camera, it would be clear for a minute and then it would just go back to looking like it was.
Wow, Nordic.
Yeah, it's probably could have been their connection. So. Yeah, because they hosted it last time, so it could have been their connection.
Well, hey, if it comes on, it'll pop up tomorrow. I'll see it. So, and I'll come check it out, see what y'all do.
And I'll try to hold back, man, because I somehow get into this. So.
Yeah, you could do that. I guess you could do that too, Chris. Nanguea, you've already set up that Masurian Lakes game, haven't you? Didn't you do a video or a picture or something on that the other day? Nord, I do not know. You could play anything for a scenario from any one of the massive games you've got. Didn't you just get some OCS stuff? Or are you not ready to learn that?
You know what I saw somebody get recently, Jeff? First off, it's Charles, who's feeling better now. So good for you, Charles. Happy to hear it, buddy.
Nice.
Charles picked up Great War at Sea Mediterranean.
Did he?
He's in a mail call post. Hell yeah.
Dude, he went down on
weekends ago. I got to meet Charles in person at the hobby store.
Incredibly jealous.
It was very cool. I got there a little before him and came in, and we were probably there for a good 40, 45 minutes just looking at freaking models and shit and just being geeks. But it was nice.
Oh, Chuck.
Yeah, I got a picture with him. That was really cool to meet him.
I'm wondering if there's ever going to be a day where I'm going to meet any of you guys.
Well, now that I'm in a better space, just got to stop spending money. I plan on coming back to one of your cons so I can meet some of you guys. So we'll see.
I see these guys are going to be doing a GCACW con in January, just down the road here.
You could always go stay on Todd's couch.
I don't know. He's kind of uppity now. He's high class.
Nah. He and Lisa.
Don't even try it, Andrew. I've listened to you say that week after week after week about how
He
he
is.
blows us off.
Todd's
because
fancy as shit. But he and Lisa have to be missing the, having a child around that they have to worry about and be responsible for. You could beat that child. Did not mean that to come off as terrible as that sounded. You're not a child, Jeffy. I love you, buddy. But they got empty bedrooms. They got a couch. I think they have a couch. They might not have a couch. They probably have something fancier than a couch. But they got a garage.
I guarantee you Todd's listening. Oh, wait, no. Is he playing a squad leader tonight?
I think he's playing squad leader tonight.
Yeah. Nord says, say Todd 5 times fast and he'll appear.
Todd.
Wow. Zoom, if you do the pro, it's only $13.30 or up to 30 hours per meeting. Wow.
30 hours per meeting? Damn.
Up
Painting
to 30 hours per
stream.
meeting.
Painting stream.
I was going to say
Yeah,
24 hours.
Oh,
But the question is, can that stream out to the YouTubes?
I was about to say, I don't know.
Isn't
it can.
StreamYard don't they have a $10 package
Not
now?
anymore.
StreamYard boosted their price from 25 to 45 a month.
Yep.
They still have the free option, though.
Now,
But
if
I
want
thought
to-
they had a $10 option. Did that
Nope.
come and go?
Well,
I
they've
gotta
got,
check my bill.
they've got their 4K stuff now, and
Yeah.
I went the other day to add it to see what my price increase is going to be. It said you owe us $449 for the year right now. I'm like, nope.
Oh, wow.
I'll keep my lifetime plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of starting back up the Postcards from the Front podcast. Maybe every other week, though. So I'm hanging on to that subscription in case I do. It's 70-30 at the moment.
I do like my StreamYard.
Well, Eric, to meet me at a hobby store, you're going to have to show up to St. Louis or Kansas City.
Or
Oh,
San Diego
I
when
might
you
be
come
one.
down to the Midway.
Yeah, there you go.
Depends right now. You don't know.
So the question for you, Chris, is: do you stay in LA to go to or Anaheim to go to Disneyland and day trip the Midway, or you flip it, stay in San Diego and day trip Disney? Because it's an hour and a half drive for me.
I think staying in San Diego would be cheaper than staying in Los Angeles.
Well, I told you my mom's got the timeshares. I can probably hook you up for nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, she'll get it to me for nothing. I'm going to charge you up the ass, but
of course. Yeah. Like a case of beer.
we'll just call it even. See, that's one of those overcommitted things. I'll get you your beer. I don't
It's
even
all
drink
good.
beer.
It's all good.
No.
The hell I don't. I
Uh,
drink beer with my brother weekly.
What kind of beer?
Whatever he's got in the refrigerator.
Okay. Yeah, I live in San Diego, so I'm a beer snob.
You know what the best beer is?
Free beer.
Free beer. You know what the second best beer is?
Cold beer.
Cold free beer.
Free cold beer. Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, McMurray, I got a question for you.
Yep.
So my both Congo class ships that the Y turret guns got all funky.
Did they do the flatten out thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I just say fuck it, don't worry about it, and run with it, or reprint them?
Are they still the same length?
Yeah.
Do
They're just
they
flat and-
like? Do they stick up at like a 45-degree angle instead of like 10?
Yeah.
You can always glue them down to the top of, or no, Y is all the way at the end, isn't it?
No, it's on the Congo.
You've got a Z turret.
You've got the very aft gun. Then you've got a platform that's got the catapult, and then you've got the
Y
number
turret?
3 turret. Yeah.
I'd honestly just paint them, glue them to the top of that platform, and call it a day.
Whoa! Look at Nagawa getting a little frisky there, boss.
Fair.
What is wrong with you people on this thing?
He's talking about peeing in the ocean and having his penis curve up. Jeez.
That's
I would
an
do that.
issue.
I've had that happen on a couple things, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's obviously printing with, like, you don't need support. It's just, I think the issue there is that you've got on models that small, there's not necessarily enough lift or whatever to get it to separate off of the FEP each time.
Right. Right.
So I did fix it once by setting my lift height up like 4 centimeters more so than I had it, which was fine, except then that also increased the length of the print for a good long while.
Right.
Sometimes it works to redo them. The unfortunate reality, I was trying to support like the muzzle down to something. I think the issue is that by the time you reach the muzzle, it's already a done deal. Like the damage is already done. But
Oh, Scala. $20 is $20. You're
Yep.
right.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the glue down thing. Not worry about it.
Mm.
So, Jeffy, you were asking what's next for everybody. Obviously, my next thing is Tacticon. Reese is busting his ass getting Viet Cong painted up for us, and
Or Nordic
those-
and IP. No way, eh?
those miniatures that he thought weren't going to come in until like the 7th. He thinks are going to be in like tomorrow or Friday. So we got that going for us. Hi, John. How you doing, buddy? All right, guys. Well, it is. Well, it's broken now. Well, shit. We're 2 hours and 24 minutes into this, as long as we've gone for a while. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night. I thank everybody for showing up. Mutt, thanks for dropping in. Hexy, Hissy, McMurray.
Yep.
Thank you, one and all. And then, of course, everybody in the in the texture. Thanks for dropping in. I do.
I caught
really
that much.
appreciate it. Nice. All right, and with that,
Check note out.
yeah, right. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and call it a night. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.